think what makes the Global Governance Futures program a unique program for me is the fact that we have fellows from 5 different countries, and soon we're going to have 9. And these fellows come together over the course of a year in multiple cities.
The exciting part, despite of this back and forth discussion and sometimes up and down, is really about the process and then how we share that process together among the different parts of the world in terms of the nationality and then also the different various background.
Who is the best fit for the program? Well, I think it has to be someone who is energetic about global development and global governance in particular. And that person doesn't have to be an expert in any of those topics, but he has to know something about it, familiarize himself, be a quick learner.
And because of the nature of the fact that it's global, I think one needs to really necessarily be open to going beyond our own work environments, our own topics, and the sector within which we work.
The issues that we talked about in my GGF year spanned drone and autonomous weaponry to data governance to geoengineering, incredibly complicated topics, but also topics that are incredibly important to the countries that participate in the GGF program and to the people who participate in the program.
Well, I think to be a successful GGF fellow, you first have to love to debate. You have to enjoy having those kind of intellectual conversations, but you also have to have a sense of humor and know when to compromise.
A good GGF fellow, probably most important is commitment. Just being willing to come into it with an open mind, to listen to what people are saying, to listen to the experts, to put in the work, because it is, a time commitment, and really just to come at it with a lot of enthusiasm.
This is an intense program, not only time intense, it's also energy intense. It takes patience because you will have to spend almost the equivalent of a month with fellows that you may never have met before. And you have to work with them, you have to learn how to accept opinions that are different from yours.
Also, a bit of resiliency and, it takes some stamina to get halfway around the world 4 times a year and have the conversations.
What's also unique is that when they go to these countries, they meet with leading academics and policymakers in the various host cities to also engage them to get insights into how policy thinking is being done both at the public level but also in the private sector.
We met, for example, high-level people in the U.S. Department of State, the White House, the Chancellery in Germany, leaders in Japan. All of these experiences were incredibly interesting, but they were also experiences that broadened my horizons with respect to international issues in these countries.
So for me, what it means to be a GGF fellow is having the opportunity to explore issues that you care about from a lot of different perspectives, and also making friends who can kind of guide you through that exploration.
This is a program that really would necessarily require you to step beyond those boundaries in which we already work.
They also get to explore the cities that they're in by going to different neighborhoods, walking on the streets, going to different restaurants to have different food, and really soaking in the kind of cultural fabric of the city that they're around.
Through this whole experience, I really got to know it deeply, other than just going as a tourist and, just doing something that everyone will do. And this really gives all the intellectual aspects for the program.
As a GGF fellow, there's many memorable experiences that I could talk about, but one of the overarching takeaways from the program was the opportunity to interact with people, be they policymakers, diplomats, professionals, as well as other GGF alum from parts of the world that I would not have had the opportunity to have but for the GGF program.
Government, civil society, business, we can all come together, right? And I think people who are interested in that sort of an engagement should definitely apply.
People that would really benefit from an experience like GGF are people who are willing to really throw themselves into the process. We always say you get as much out of it as you put in, and that's really, really true.
If you are flexible, please do apply. If you are full of ideas, please do apply. And if you are flexible in terms of time, in terms of location, please do apply. And most importantly, if you are full of curiosities, please do apply.